is off to a bad start because we got into an argument before we went to work. Amen. That's a bad time.
Well, I know that.
Slamming the door, going out the door, you know. Wrong time. Alright. By the way, it could be on one side too. When I get back here, you better have that. It's after children are asleep. And that's a good time to put them in the bed early. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, have those kids in bed. So you have time to talk.
That's right.
And you know that we'll get to this. All right? Also, add a designated time for talking. If you have a time to talk, so let's sit down at an appropriate time and discuss matters. Then say, honey, we're going to have our discussion this evening. Let's talk about that. That's not the time at dinner when you're out at a restaurant or something and you want to have that conversation over dinner. That may not be an appropriate time based upon what the conversation is about. When both are relaxed, that may not be 5 minutes after getting in the house from work. You might need time to unwind, to take a shower, to get a glass of cold tea, and maybe even eat dinner before some discussion come up. But if they hit a door crack, hey, honey, let me tell you, I'm glad you're here. How about go do this? And think, man, can I sit down for 5 minutes? and so make sure that it's a relaxed time. And there's not a time of stress and a time of anxiety. If a woman been dealing with children all day, and you come home and add something else to that, you know, she's going to say, man, don't you know what I've been through? And some of us have stressful jobs. And when you get off, you might need 30 minutes to gather yourself, you know. I guess that's probably why they have happy hour. Don't go to happy hour. Have happy hour at home. And so I'm going to give you a happy hour. Before you bring up any problems. Not just when you come in the door. Also, discuss these matters before going to sleep. The Bible says in Ephesians 4, be angry, sin not.
That's right.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place unto the devil. Sometimes we put things off until the pot is boiling.
That's right.
Then we bring them up and got 5 other things in there with it that you can't even remember. And so because they wouldn't have them in a timely fashion. So don't wait and put things off. If something is bothering us, honey, somebody talk about food for bed. Okay? And have pillow talk. Okay? But to put it off for months, and then when 5 things happen, to bring it up is not fair. And so learn how to handle it when it's small, one little small issue at a time. Because what happened, we forget the details.
That's right.
And we throw something in there that don't supposed to be in there. And the next thing you know, you're arguing about something you don't know what you're arguing about. You know? And so handle those matters before the sun goes down. And make it as soon as feasible after the offense. If something occurs, the sooner that is dealt with, the better. Of course, this goes with the point I just made. Number 4, I got to speed up a little bit. What to talk about matters. Not only the tone, not only the words, not only will I just go through?
Wait.
But now, what we talk about matters. The events of the day. On the job, at school, the news, or whatever. And so just have some casual conversations. The events of the future, your vacation that you're planning, events with the church and whatnot. Events in the past that have not been resolved. There are some things that we talked about, and we had a plan, we're not following that plan, we don't see any results, it need to be brought back up again and dealt with. Now if it's If it's repented of and forgiven, that shouldn't come back up. But if it's unresolved, then we need to bring it back up with the point of saying what we were working on is not working. So we need to come up with plan B. All right? The interests of children, their grades, the sports they're in, and other activities, those interests need to be talked about. The interests of one's spouse, the career, the health, all of those issues need to be discussed. Personal interests of the individual, their personal plans, be open about your plans, expectations, and so forth. Sometimes we have expectations that involve other people. They don't know anything about those expectations. Well, I thought you'd just do this. Well, I didn't know you want me to do that. And so we can't read minds. Long-term plans, retirement, older parents that we have to take care of, all those things have to be discussed. Otherwise, they'll drop into our lap without any planning, and we're thinking, man, I'm not ready for that. And then, of course, the health of our relationship, supporting one another, spending time together, and so forth. And so all of these things need to be talked about. And then finally, number 5, when to get counsel matters. There are times when our conversation doesn't get the job done. We need some help. Refusal to implement agreed change. We talked about it. We put forth a plan. Nothing is happening. We're not making any headway. We might need to talk to somebody else. Inability to talk about painful events. Now, something happened between us that I can't talk about that. And after a period of time, we can't talk about it. We need somebody to come in and talk with us and help us go and dig that matter and stir it and try to get it resolved. If one is giving up, one decides, you know what, I'm just kind of like a leaf hanging on the limb. I ain't putting forth no effort. My motivation is not there. I might need some counsel. When discussions of separation or divorce are suggested, that's something we ought not be talking about. It ought to be with each other for life.
That's right.
But if that starts coming up, we need to get some help. When serious violations are destroying the union, one person perhaps is doing something that's self-destructive. He might have some addiction, gambling, whatever it might be, and is doing serious harm to the union. We need to talk to somebody about that.
Talk.
And when abuse is practiced or tolerated, somebody is getting beat up at home, that needs to be addressed. Okay? And so the first place to go for counsel is to lead to the elders, to the preachers, to brothers and sisters in Christ that we know who are wise and who will be fair and impartial and try to resolve those matters. Sometimes matters can demand professional help, where there are Christian counselors that we can go see. But we ought not ever give up, but we do need to pursue the proper channels. And so in conclusion, strong marriages are made possible by proper communication, learning how to effectively express ourselves to others, learning how to listen effectively as others express themselves to us. And of course, are we swift to hear and slow to speak? Are we listening to God speak to us? Because He tells us how to treat one another and how to act in a marriage. And when we listen to God, then we'll carry out His requirements in a better fashion.
Amen.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time.
Good job.